Hello? Hello? Okay. Well, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I am sincerely I'm so sorry. Man. Okay. So here's what happened. I've just been running around nonstop. I'm so sorry, guys. So, smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Okay. So here's what's going on. Obviously, per usual, some traffic, right? Sorry about it. Unfortunate. So sorry about that. Then my program wasn't working. So then I had to switch back to my old program. And I don't know why the configuration got all messed up, but apparently my mic was messed up. My camera was messed up. Things were messed up. But basically, all I was saying is I apologize. I've been all over the place. I am back, ready to go crazy and hyped up. Okay. So let's start again. One thing I did say, the only thing I said, what the heck happened here? Look at this candle. Some crazy candle. I don't know what in the world is going on. Look at this big one right here. Another large one as well in these after hours. So, kind of consolidation for today, right? Up 0.57%. I like consolidation. We've talked about this. I'll take consolidation all the time. Okay. And so let's take a look at what happened. So consolidated, and I like consolidation. Let's get some support, get some good levels right here, right? I was going to say support again, but I already said support, so I didn't know what to say. But okay, and then the after hours up 0.5%. Really not like anything we saw last time. Like yesterday, more specifically, yesterday was looking pretty bomb.com, pretty fantastic. I feel very bad because now my anyone who wants to watch on Twitch or Facebook is not able to watch all two of them or one of them, but unfortunate. But hopefully I'll get this resolved tonight. I think it's an issue. There was an update, and of course, as soon as it updated, it wasn't working. I'm sure that's probably the issue, but we'll have to see. But yeah, let's say hi to the chat really quick. Let's talk about let's see what's going on with let's talk about what happened with the day. We'll talk about what's going on with the future of AMC, what we're looking for, see if there are any new filings. We'll get into a bunch of cool stuff. Let's say hi really quick. Johnson, what's up, Captain Cash? What's up, Johnson? What's up, dog? Let's get this thing rolling. Neil Tendo said no Tendy Tuesday. Not quite yet. Still broke Tuesday, Hamza. All right. Diane, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Tendies are on their way. I feel you. Wishful Wednesday. I love it. Matt Anderson was the first like. Thank you. Let's say as long as they owe me, I'll never really be broke. Okay, that's one way to look at it. Great AMA on Superstunk today. Oh, I missed that one. B of A. What? Hey, what's up, Mohammed? Turn your mic on. Mics. All right, skip these mic comments. Someone, Corey, I was not trying to be funny again today. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to be, I'm not good at humor. Ginger, what is up? Julian, fool me once. I know, seriously. Gosh, what a mess, guys. You were going off on yeah. Hey, what's up, Lee? Yeah, I was going off on what I was saying. I was just like hyped up. I'm running around, I'm like sweating, just like doing the most around here. It's just crazy, but gosh. IMC. Matt, I'm very happy. Matt started the transfer from Robinhood to Webull. Matt, hopefully that treats you very well. I hope Webull treats you well. We talked about this a little yesterday, obviously. And here's the deal. I think they'll probably be okay. They know the repercussions now, right? Robinhood got the blunt of it because everyone was on Robinhood. And so, or the brunt of it. I said the brunt of it. Because everyone was on Robinhood. And I think this is going to be like a case study, right? I guarantee this is going to be taught in colleges, not just for what actually happened with like the market, not just the financial side of it, like trading, but I'm sure this is going to be taught in business classes. And, you know, one of my favorite things that we did in school was, you know, case studies and learning. And for those of you who don't know what a case study might be is, for example, there was one called United Breaks Guitars, right? That was the one that stuck out to me the most. And so back in the day, whenever YouTube was first getting started, there was a guy, he was a singer, he was a nobody, I believe. He was a nobody, and he was on a United flight, and they threw his guitar, and he's like, they just broke my guitar. I'm telling you, they broke my guitar. And no one did anything. And then he looked at his guitar. It was broken after the flight. Called United and say, hey, you guys broke my guitar. What are you guys going to do? And they said, we're not going to do anything about it. Like, sorry. No way to verify that it was broken, blah, 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 whatever they said. And so he said, all right, he made a song called United Breaks Guitars. It was the first viral video on YouTube, I believe. And United lost millions or whatever. And so the case study is, you know, if they would have just given him some kind of compensation, replaced his guitar for a couple $1,000s, whatever it would have been, they would have saved a lot of money in the long run. So that's the kind of stuff you learn in case study. Very cool things. And I do foresee a case study happening with Robinhood for what happened, because their whole business essentially is or maybe half their business is this, and they lost, let's say, half their customers. They lost, you know, I think it's probably safe to say 25 to 40% of their business is just gone now, which is a pretty big, it's going to hurt them pretty badly. So but anyways, let's talk about good old AMC, and then we'll go into GameStop. I want to look at Bitcoin, Doge. You guys know the drill. And so we have AMC right here. And so I did want to talk about, I was trying to see if my dang live stream was working. Let's see if it's showing up. There we go. Now it's showing up. It wasn't showing up in the last platform. That was awful. Let's take a look at Twitter. Because Ortex was tweeting a few things today, and I want to get these pulled up and show you guys the good ones. I'm gonna take a sip of water while I find the right post. These guys post a little bit, but let's see what's going on. Actually, I'll leave this one open. Okay, actually, I think we're going to start right here. So right here. So AMC short interest update. AMC's share price reaches levels not seen since February 1st. Causing massive losses for short sellers. The demand to short AMC has plummeted by only 21.4% of shares are available to borrow. Only 21.4% of the shares available to borrow yesterday were lent. Current short interest is 18.74% of the free float. And so if you guys were looking at it earlier, okay, here we go. So the utilization has changed. And so this is pretty, and what am I doing? Ortex. Let's log into Ortex really quick, because I do want to talk about the Ortex numbers and why, and because this is something that a lot of people were concerned about this morning. But it has, there's a reason, and I'll go through the reason. I'll go through everything. No worries. Just sit back and relax, have a good time, hang out. We're going to look at some stuff. So, something huge. So, do not panic. The utilization has changed. Utilization used to be 100%. And so now it is at 21.4%. Now, what does this mean? Well, we'll talk about what it means. Fintel or Ortex, they decided that they're gonna explain it, because basically what's happening is people aren't willing to lend the stock anymore. So it's getting harder to. Before, everyone was basically lending the stock, and so it was easy for them to get the utilization up because they're borrowing the shares. But now the shares, they're not lending them out anymore. They're just not going to let them out, or, you know, I guess they will a little bit, but that's essentially what's happening. So don't worry that the utilization is not so different, because it's important that because everything else is still the same essentially, except for the utilization, and that's just because they don't want to lend these out anymore. So definitely keep those in mind. Diamond, what is up? Olive, what is up? So I did want to cover that really quick. Everything is still looking fan freaking tastic, and it's just getting started. It's just getting started. This, oh my gosh, I can't believe this stock is gonna rip. This thing is gonna go so high. I believe, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I think this stock is gonna run. The question is when. I think we're getting, obviously we're extremely close, right? Damon, great point. So Trey said that Ortex data is 2 days old. Keep in mind this Ortex data is T+2, meaning 2 days old. And so, you know, this could change tomorrow, especially since everything happened yesterday. So tomorrow we may see some updated information. I'm very, very curious to see the updated information we're going to see tomorrow, because that is going to be probably more indicative of what happened yesterday. So I am looking for that, but good stuff. Good stuff. I feel okay with this. I feel okay with everything going on. And obviously we've had some great price action, and this isn't even the squeeze. We're in my opinion, I think we're starting higher and higher the more this goes up. But yeah, man, hyped up for sure. Also, I did get some options today. I got some June 4th, I think, June 11th. I got some options today. I feel very good about my options. I think I got some 20. Okay, I'll have to see what kind of options I got. Actually, I think I can log in here and see. Okay, I got some June 4th $21 options. June 4th. Oh yeah, there's my position. $21 options right here. Why are these so expensive right now? Oh, these are puts. That's why I was confused. Okay, this is what I got right here. And I just had some extra cash. I had exactly this much cash, and I was like, sure, I feel good about this, and I went ahead and purchased it. That is not how you purchase options, but I feel pretty good about that position, especially with the way everything is moving right now. Realistically, I think it's either gonna run, or it's gonna consolidate for a little bit, and I'm gonna miss my date. I missed out on 121 bucks, but it's, yeah, thank you. I was under puts. That's why I was so confused. Why are you not showing? But hopefully it prints. I'm obviously, I purchased it because I'm pretty excited about the action that's happening, but it's very possible that those will expire worthless, and I'll wish I would have purchased shares or something. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Just feeling a little bit excited about today, because I was curious. I didn't know what was going to happen in the after hours. I was thinking, maybe it will run in the after hours, but you know, who really knows? Let me catch up on the chat just a little bit. Matt says, what's the confidence level in Webull compared to Robinhood? I would say much more confident in Webull than Robinhood, but personally, I was not willing to put all my chips in Webull, just because, you know, Webull did a good job. They essentially said Apex, their clearinghouse, were the ones who halted trading. The CEO hopped right onto the news people and said, I think it was CNBC, and hopped right on and said, we do not support what our Apex clearing, our clearinghouse has done. We're in cahoots with them. We are working with them to turn on trading immediately. This is, he was pretty upset about it, which I appreciated. Even if he was faking it, at least he seemed concerned, whereas Vlad was, MIA. But anyways, and even then he couldn't answer anything well. He did very poorly. He did a very poor job. But they did halt trading for a little bit. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind, they after they halted trading, they released it after the stock was basically going down. You know what I mean? But I guess you did have full trading, whereas Robinhood still gave you restricted trading. So I don't know. Hard to say, my friend. But I didn't care for it too much. Just full transparency. I'm not trying to scare you, my friend. But I just want you to have all the info. Hey, what is up, Jonathan? We're back here. We're back here. What's up? Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. You're one of the few people I like to read the whole name. Rawal says, what happened to AMC? I don't know what you're talking about. Looks green to me. Looks good to me. Realistically, though, you know, I know a lot of people were hoping that it was going to run today. I was hoping it was going to run today as well. I looked at it in the morning in the pre-market in case I needed to hop out of bed and hop on, and it wasn't running. And I was like, you know what? That's okay. Like, we had a great price action in the after hours. I was a little surprised that we didn't get it in the pre-market, but the fact that GameStop wasn't running in the after hours yesterday, that's why I was a little skeptical. I was like, you know what? They didn't run in last time. They ran together, so it was really hard to say why it actually ran yesterday. Little just tricky to say, but either way, you know, I still think we're waiting on something. I mean, don't get me wrong, GameStop is still up pretty well as well. Look at this on the 5-day. Not bad. I feel, man, I should be pretty good in my position actually. So I mean, I'm barely up, but I'm up, and so that's that. So let's look at GameStop on the 1-day. Actually, I'm curious what this price action look like. Okay, so it looks like it dipped in the morning, but it did rally. It rallied all the way up to from 168 to 189. So very nice price action there. And then it kind of consolidated up 0.04% on the day, and in the after hours, kind of teetering positive and negative. Currently up 0.8. Excuse me, 0.18. Doge, good old Doge. It looks like it's kind of consolidating a little bit, right? Let's look at the 5-day and see what's been going on. Oh, kind of moving in a downward trend. Hopefully it'll bounce soon. But you know what? If you got in Doge nice and early, like I'm sure most people did, if they wanted to get into Doge, you guys are probably up pretty well right now. Probably feeling pretty good. And this goes to, you know, so hopefully that goes pretty well. Bitcoin is what I'm really curious about. As we know, Elon did kind of wasn't Bitcoin's best friend. Personally, I just like where it's at currently for an entry point. If you were looking to take an entry on Bitcoin, even if it's a swing trade it up a little bit, and yeah, that's something I did think about doing with like my extra stuff that I bought the calls in. I did think about buying it around here, and you know, maybe it'll go up to like 50K in the next few days or something. And if AMC hasn't ran by then, I'll just sell out of Bitcoin, put it in AMC, and this way I'll have a little extra money to put in there. But realistically, I wasn't willing to risk missing the squeeze, because you know, if it runs up, let's say I get 10% or whatever it would be gains on this, it wouldn't have been worth it to me personally to miss the squeeze, just because of how high I think the squeeze is going to go. But I did want to give that option just in case anyone is thinking about it. I personally, I do like this as an entry point. I feel like it's just a little oversold right now, and it'll probably recover pretty well. We talked about those. Let's also talk about the highs for the day, and then we'll get into a little more of the or a few other things like the where are we at? Doge, AMC. What? All right, let's clear some of these out real quick. Oops. Here we go. Oh, I was going to look at the tops of the day. Let's look at the 1-day tops. See who's been doing well. Whoa, this company was up 272%. My goodness. Anything that we recognize that is doing well today? Oh, Ride, Lordstown Motors. Okay, good for them. Top losers for the day. Okay, nothing I really recognize. I did want to take a look at this one that is just ran up. This is an IPO. Oh, yep. Okay, so sometimes whenever you see these crazy numbers, it's just like something weird happened. I wanted to take a look at this, see if there was an opportunity for something. I don't know what these guys IPO'd at, but oh, actually, we should be able to see news, right? IPO'd. Upsize IPOs shares at $5 a share. And this is kind of like what happened with Coinbase. You got in, somebody got in down here, it ran up here, and then it just gapped down pretty hard. Coinbase not being this hard, but kind of similar in the price action. And now the question is which way is this going to go? I really don't have a prediction for this one. I don't know anything about this stock or this company, obviously. But it is not looking so good. What I was hoping to see, and whenever I look at these, I'll tell you what I'm hoping to see whenever I look at this is like, okay, it's up 272%. Maybe it's at, okay, sure, it's at $18, and it went from $2 to $18 or something like that, for example. And is it going to hold the $18? Well, chances are it's going to retrace. Is there an option for a put or something like that? And so whenever you see these super high numbers that don't make any sense, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Obviously, there was nothing here, and so I'll just move on. But I didn't want to share that with you guys, just in case you're looking for those opportunities. I'm always looking for opportunities, always willing to hop in, although I just spent my cash, so maybe not too willing to hop in unless there was a serious possibility, serious potential there. I see Matt still asking about Webull. Matt, my friend, just my personal confidence. I'll say that again. I didn't put my money into Webull. I do have some money in Webull. That's just because I was doing some trades. I wanted to test out the platform. I do like the platform, and here's the deal: if they survive the squeeze, they do well. I might switch to them, but at the same time, I believe they're selling our information to like Citadel and stuff or hedge funds, and so that kind of. I didn't care too much before, but after this whole AMC stuff, if there's going to be more squeezes to come, if anything else is found, then I don't like them knowing the positions and where the stop losses are. All that stuff is just such a pain. It's so messed up. Hey, what's up, Sky? So yeah, Robinhood, Robin Crook, GameStop. Which brokerage are you in, or which one do you prefer? Because I see GameStop says Fidelity will just liquidate your shares for no reason. It's in the contract you signed with them. What do you think about Doe? Is that a stock? DOUGH. I don't know what Doe is, Wendy. Julian got approved today. Not sure you got approved before, but congratulations, my friend. No, 007 got. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's take a look. DTCC filings. Hello? Okay, so both of these got approved over here. Oh, looks like we have two new ones, question mark. The FICC 801 and 003, has that been covered? I don't even know anymore, honestly. Like, it's just too much, like too much stuff going on. We have the NSCC right here. This is 005. DTC 007 was covered or was approved. This, I don't know which 7 you're talking about, which 007 you're talking about. DTC 007 says April 30th, May 12th, unless this was just done today. Either way, here's the deal. All of these are good things. Actually, I saw someone with a comment the other day in my video and saying, how basically I was naive because these filings aren't, they're still going to be screwing us over and yada yada yada. And yeah, here's the deal. I can appreciate that, but this person thinks that these filings are literally not going to do anything. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're literally updating them for a reason after all this time. Why are they all of a sudden updating all of these? Especially some of the filings that we've seen specifically for everything that we've been talking about with short squeezes and stuff like that, with the not reporting their positions and all of those good things. So I feel a little bit differently. I think that these are actually pretty helpful, and it's baby steps, right? We're in the steps in the right direction. We shouldn't even be here, honestly. I recognize that everything should have been going I don't know, not according to plan, but everything should have been done already. This market is not a new market. There's people we've been trading for decades, and of course things adapt and evolve. But for them to kind of like, there's a loophole. We know about the loophole, but we're not gonna do anything about it. And now they're finally doing things about it. That kind of doesn't feel too good, but that's all right. At least we're starting now, and now the light has been shown on them, and I don't think they're gonna. There's no way, right? There's no way. Okay, thanks, Wendy. I like Thinkorswim. Hamza likes Thinkorswim for TD. I like the scanners. Okay. Can't Stop Won't Stop GameStop says, I use Webull for stocks and options, TD for OTC. I've used Robinhood and SoFi, and they did an update this year that messed up my account. 7K disappeared and they only replaced back 2K. Ooh, that is messed up. So SRICC. Okay, so I don't know where to find that one, Julian. Let's see. Oh, easy peasy. So let's see if there's a description for the rule. So ICC is proposing amendments to its treasury policy to make certain clarifications and updates with respect to governance arrangements and collateral asset haircuts. I don't know what the heck that means, as well as minor cleanup changes. The proposed amendments are below. Supervision history, ICC. Oh boy, there's a lot in here. Any TLDR on this one? Maybe I can look it up on Reddit. 4 days ago. Okay, aka haircuts. Okay. So let's see what this says really quick. Hopefully we can get something pretty quick, effective immediately. It says it was 4 days ago. Seems like ICC needs better language to liquidate and collect collateral. Read bracing for impact. Specifically CDs called out, or CDS called out, and protection from member collateral. So what is the sovereign debt they keep referencing? What country is about to default? Not to, oh gosh, this stuff just freaks me out, honestly. Not to mention the pyrocyclical, yeah, aka cascading market crash prevention, as participants are margin called. Ooh, okay. So effective immediately. So let's see. Taken together, the proposed changes to Appendix 6 should enhance the accuracy of the ICC's collateral asset haircuts and help ICC to ensure that even in stressed market conditions, it will continue to collect sufficient collateral from its clearing participants, and such that collateral could be liquidated in a timely manner. I like that, to meet its financial obligations as a central counterparty, while also limiting the likelihood of pyrocyclical impacts from haircuts as a issuer creditworthiness deteriorates and haircuts increase. Okay, so realistically what I got from this is the collateral liquidated in a timely manner. I like that a lot. Moreover, these proposed changes should enhance the ICC's ability to manage the credit, liquidity, and market risks it faces from collateral posted by its participants. There you go. It's getting hard to read, man. Accordingly, the commission believes that the ICC's proposed changes to Appendix 6 should help the ICC to continue providing prompt and accurate settlements of CDS transactions, and to enhance ICC's ability to safeguard securities and funds which are in its custody and control for which it is responsible. Okay, so basically the same thing that we've been seeing every single freaking time, right? They're always trying to, and again, I just like my building analysis or building analogy where I talk about how they're making the buildings fall straight down. They're not trying to bring people with them. They say, hey, you're about to collapse. You have the proper collateral. Do you have the proper this? You have the proper that? Great. We'll manage it for you. We'll make sure we'll make sure you're taken care of nice and good. We'll make sure you're paying all your debts like a Lannister, and you're doing great. So that's what I think is happening. Very good stuff. Thanks for sharing, guys. LY was in there too. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Prowess, what is up? What is up? I am holding to Prowess, holding all day, every day. Yeah, so T+2, so Ortex Data's T+2 is essentially the information is 2 days old, essentially. So that's what T+2. So if you're talking about like stocks, like let's say something needs to be covered or something needs to be paid or whatever, it's T+2, meaning two lagging days. And so we can kind of take a look. Let me see if there's an easier definition. What is T+2? And there should be Investopedia T2. Okay, here we go. The abbreviations, okay, refer to the settlement dates of security transactions that occur on a transaction date plus 1 day, plus 2 days, then plus 3 days. And so just they're the settlement dates. There we go. To be a little more specific. Perfect. And so that's essentially what's happening. It's going to be what's it called? Haircut basically means margin calls. That's what I freaking love to hear. And, you know, on top of that, or what do they say? They dropped the ball. Yeah. So Prowess said, I'm gonna get you, Diamond. Prowess says they dropped the ball. And yeah, it's funny. It's almost like, you know, have you ever had a job long enough that, you know, you do a good thing and then you kind of like, you ever see, you know, SpongeBob whenever Squidward's doing the same thing over and over again with a big smile, and over time he's just like loses his smile. And it's almost like that happens with like these entities, right? That everything is good. They're like, yeah, we're gonna do good stuff, blah blah blah. And then, you know, the smile kind of fades, and they're like, we're good. Like, we'll just get paid, and we'll just kind of hang out. And now they've been poked. Or if you've ever, you know, working at a job long enough, and you're like, kind of like, you know, I'm doing a good job. You know, you start slacking. You start, I don't know, not slack, but, you know, you start like being a little more relaxed, start listening to some music. Maybe you start doing this, you know, watching some YouTube while you work, because it doesn't really affect you too much. And then you get poked, like your boss says, hey, like, is everything okay? Something's been a little bit off. And then you're like, oh snap, like everything's good. And now you're a model citizen again. You're a model employee. That's what I feel like is happening here. These guys got poked, and now they're like, I'm like, okay, well, like we're gonna be on it. We're doing good stuff now. That's what I feel like happened. So Diamond says, Corey, what are you expecting for tomorrow? Continuing upward trend, or do you feel like AMC will dip so I can buy more shares cheap? Not financial advice. Absolutely, my friend. No worries. So for AMC, it's really hard to say. I really like everything that it's just such a nice, I think it's like a bullish flag, right? You can like look at this. Oh, it's not gonna let me grab it there. Look at this. We'll put it like this. Look at this bullish flag, right? I feel this is fantastic. Now, this is one of those things where tomorrow there are things happening. Tomorrow they say that they have to cover the failure to delivers, I believe. Tomorrow should also be in effect, the margin calls. a bunch of stuff. And it's so hard to say what the heck is going to happen tomorrow. If I were to do if I had to, oh gosh, I think we're going to look, okay, here's what I would say, honestly. So we're looking to break this. We broke it. And this is what I said. I said, if we break 1450, and we hold it, then we're good. We did not hold it. We broke through and we went back down. Now, if we are able to break it, hold it, and stay strong, then I think that we'll see some serious movement. What you may want to do is look for, see if we're going to test like 1450. If we're going to test 1450, you may want to look into adding to your position either at 1450 or something like that. Because I feel like let me go to the 3-month over here. Look, like testing this, we can only test this so many times. We broke through, and this is what we had over here, right? Broke through it barely, and we're just testing this. So now the question is, one of these times, I feel like we're gonna test it, we're gonna break through, and we're going to just go to the moon. And what I would probably say is, like, if you there are different entry strategies. You may want to look into the entry strategy where you buy in, let's say you added to your position at, let's say it's at $14 in the morning. You add maybe 25% of your investment that you want to go in on. And then maybe if it starts to test, maybe add another 25%. And then if it breaks through, maybe add the other 50%, or maybe it'll stay at 14 bucks, and then maybe during the day, morning, and as we see, sometimes in these mornings we have these dips like this, right? Maybe we'll dip in the morning again, that you can look into adding on a dip. Let me put this on the 5 days so we can get a little more. You see how like kind of dips in the morning? Granted, this dipped in the evening as well, but you can look into those kinds of entries. So I think that it's just so hard to say what's going to happen. There obviously are 2 catalysts that I'm aware of. We have this 007, and there's the failure to delivers. And I think tomorrow is going to be a pretty pivotal day as far as, yes, if it breaks and holds, I think break and hold. So that's what I think. Very terrible answer, but I give you a few different options there, and it's realistically, if you're able to watch the price action, just see which way it's going and see about adding, if you can add there. And you can also think about how much money are you adding, and is it going to, if you were to get in at 14 bucks, is it going to ruin your, what is your average going to be, your average share? Because think about how you're averaging, right? You can look at your average cost per share, and if it's still going to be $9 after you add to your position, I wouldn't be too worried about it personally, especially like if you're adding $100 and you have like 5,000 in it. But you just kind of have to manage your risk. Velocity says, do you believe AMC could really hit 100K floor or even 2K floor for that matter? Okay, so with the numbers I've seen, with the sentiment behind the stock, with everything that is like, this is basically, from the way I think of it, is like, it's a slingshot, right? We've been pulled back and held in the slingshot. And as more people add to the positions, it pulls back a little further. As these filings come out, it gets pulled back a little further. As just everything that's going on, like as more people buy in, more people believe in it, people set higher floors, sentiment keeps getting higher and higher and higher. So I feel like the slingshot is just being pulled back so dang far that I think it could be dang possible. And it sounds crazy. I would never, here's the deal. At work, I would never say anything like this because I sound like a crazy person. But if you looked at the DD, if you looked at the information, like, holy smokes, this is a, and I'll tell you why. Like 100K sounds crazy, right? And it does sound crazy. Even saying it right now out loud to you guys makes me sound like a freaking psychopath. But if you look at the history, this is I believe it to be an unprecedented event. Even the VW squeeze, it was different. Even, you know, it's just an unprecedented event, and I don't think it'll ever happen again, because no company is ever going to be short this badly, especially for GameStop, right? If you look at GameStop, they're short potentially, you know, 5-10 times the float, whatever it's going to be, where they're just going to put in money into the stock for free, essentially. So it's possible, is what I'll say. It's possible, but, you know, it's my personal opinion. No advice here. Just and this is where it comes to stop loss alerts and setting your floor. Look at my Moaz game theory video, and I think it's hopefully that'll help you, or maybe it'll ruin your life. But just kidding. But hopefully it helps you a little bit. Oh, and also really quick you know, these filings and stuff are being changed. Like this stuff just isn't going to be possible. It's not going to be possible again, I don't think. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any kind of naked shorting, additional regulation, or harsher penalties. I think we just need harsher penalties. If these guys were given a penalty of, okay, you naked shorted, if we catch you naked shorting, you can't trade for 3 months, or you can't trade for, or you can't, or you have to give back the money. You know, you're fined heavily, a percentage. You're fined, you know, 99% of whatever you made, or whatever it's going to be, or 100% of whatever you made, including your investment, you know, something weird like that. It could be what we need. Squidward has no soul. Lots of people are saying it could go crazy high tomorrow. I think it is. I think it's possible, right? If this filing, or the not filing, this filing, if this 007 for the ICC really is what they're saying, and granted, keep in mind, guys, I only read this post, 232 likes. Does this one? This is stuff I stay up late for. Okay. Everyone always tries to call Austin for this stuff. D-Lauer. And this is good too, right? So, and questioning this. So I know I just read this and kind of took it for what it is. Here's the deal. I think this is a direct quote from it. And so it kind of makes sense what's going on here. Well, realistically, we mostly read the quote. I don't think this is too much information, but they're essentially looking for liquidation margin calls, like someone said in the chat. Yeah, it could be liquidated. And so it's good stuff. If this is true and they're going to be liquidated, now if they are going to be liquidating people, but it's just, to me, it's kind of weird, right? Because oh gosh, I can't remember if it was 03, 801, 02, what the heck, whichever one it was, that is supposed to allow them to liquidate their stock and margin call them, you know, force them essentially to margin call. There are too many of these rules that seem too similar. Like, well, I guess this one is more along the lines of it will continue to collect sufficient collateral from its clearing participants, and such that such collateral could be liquidated in a timely manner. And it's like, I don't know, some of it is just so weird. It's like, how are these three different rules, or two different rules to explain, you know, one thing? You think it would be all one entity almost, or one rule, because these rules are long anyways. It's just weird how some of this is set up. But, you know, obviously I'm not like in this world. Well, I basically am in this world now. I know I've learned a whole lot. But you know what I mean? I don't work for these guys, so I don't know all of the ins and outs. LY says, so about the chart, so I agree, bullish pendant forming. Bullish pendant is shaping nicely with the volume we've been getting. I think it could break tomorrow. Great point. We're looking at the volume as well, guys. The volume. I think a lot of people are FOMOing into the stock. I think they're going to continue to FOMO into the stock. And I think that, honestly, I was so surprised that with this run right here, that more people didn't FOMO in and hop in. I was very surprised that people weren't trying to hop in, but maybe with this new, on the discount, or, buying the dip from here, maybe people will hop in here. And so, oh, you know what? I don't like that, how we broke this so heavily. Why did this break so strong? Look at this. Well, that's all right. All good, all good. We'll see what happens in the morning. I'm curious. And I look at the pre-market action, right? See if we have any kind of crazy action in the pre-market. Could be good stuff. Alfred says, how is it possible that Citadel bought so many shares when they were shorting? I'm thinking so they can sell it all at once. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Great point. So, Alfred, so there are a few different ideas floating around, a few different possibilities. Number one, they did it to hedge their bet. So theoretically, as they're covering, their calls and their shares are going up in price. This way, as they cover, they're still making a little bit of money. And by making a little bit of money, I mean they are losing a lot of money, but at a certain point, they'll make some of it back, or whatever. So that's what I think is happening. Another thing that I did want to point out today that I did not think about yesterday, I read this on Reddit. So full disclosure there, I read this on Reddit, that it's very possible that Citadel is going to sell all of their shares at one point, all in one lump sum, essentially, to try and trigger stop losses, have people panic sell. So keep that in mind. It is very possible that they're going to try to scare people into selling by them selling, and it affects the stock price and it goes down. And then everyone, it triggers stop losses, everyone panics and sells, and everyone thinks it's over. So everyone just does a bank rush and sells their stock essentially, and leaves. So just be aware that if you see a drastic dip one day, and if people are shouting, oh, it's probably just Citadel, it could be potentially Citadel just sold all their shares in an attempt to get everyone out. And I think that would be their final Hail Mary. I think that's going to be their final Hail Mary, because if they sell those positions, if they sell their calls as well as their shares all in one go, and something happens, then their hedge is done, and this stock could really run. These guys could go bankrupt if that stock runs high enough. They could actually go bankrupt if they sell the calls as well as the shares. I feel like they would probably just sell the shares and hold on to the calls to hedge their hedge. But just a bunch of different speculation that I have going on, but I did want people to know about that. And thank you so much for bringing that up, Alfred, because that is something that people were concerned about. Yeah, I don't know why it happened, why it dropped so hard in the last few after hours, but that's all right. Moaz tomorrow. We'll see Smooth. We'll see what happens, my friend. Corey the freaking psychopath. That'd be nice. Good job, man. Hey, thank you, Murphy. Lee likes money, and I like Lee, and I like money. Nick says that's supposed to start tomorrow. The Moaz. It got approved today, but I need confirmation. That's actually a good point. I mean, this person said it was effective immediately. And, I wonder if I can actually get it pulled up. Or actually, do they have the link here? No, this is straight to the PDF. I don't want to go straight to the PDF. I want to go to the actual website. I wonder if this pulls up anything. Rules. We'll see if this loads anything. I'm just trying to go backwards a little bit so I can see if it says anything about being approved or any of that. Looks like this person said it passed. Probably. I don't know what this is. Okay. I clicked on a random link. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any true confirmation. It seems like a lot of people are saying it passed, but you know, we've seen a lot of true stuff like that wasn't true. So just take it with a grain of salt. Either way, here's the deal. And so, and I know I sound so freaking lame, but I say, if it runs up, great. You know, if it doesn't run up, I'm not going to sell. You know, I'm going to hold. If it doesn't run up, I'm going to continue to hold. And if it lasts long enough, I'll add to my position if I get a few extra bucks. So, you know, and I know probably not the answer you want to hear, but that's that. Cosmo, what is up? What is up? A thumbs up for Corey. Good luck to everyone holding for a brighter future. Let's go AMC GME. Yeah. Oh gosh. I find myself daydreaming sometimes, and I know it's not good. I try to stay humble. I try to stay like, you know, just down to earth. And the possibilities here are unreal. It's hard to believe sometimes of the possibilities that could happen. But I hold. We know it's approved. We have no idea when it's going to start. So, Nick, so as far as when it's going to start, they passed this filing right here. Which filing was it? Oh gosh, am I going to remember? Was it 006? Remove the tracking service. There was one of these, or one of the filings, and essentially it said that they just pass immediately. Like whenever they're passed, that they just go into effect. And so if that one really did pass, but I don't know if that counts for the ICC ones. If it does, then it passes and it just goes live immediately, or next day, I suppose. But yeah, so that was something that we did see. Where the heck is it? I don't know which one it was though. Smooth says, Corey, would you join the movie of this history if they ask you? Yeah, absolutely. I think this is important for people to know and talk about. Absolutely, I would. This is gonna be a big deal. Kyle, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to read it or anything. Kyle says, isn't this ICC 007 specific to the derivatives market? And so we did see this last time with, this is why this person called this person right here. No. What's this guy's name? D. Lauer. So D. Lauer, I believe, is the person that, this person was a whistleblower for, was it freaking Citadel, for like a hedge fund? And they were a whistleblower, I believe, for Citadel, I think. And so they know a lot of this stuff. They've been actually pretty cool about, I think, DD and confirming things and even debunking some things. There was one thing that came out, I think last week, and this person, everyone was like, oh, this is like to stop the dark pools. This is for this and that. And he was like, guys, this has like nothing to do with anything you guys are talking about. This is completely like irrelevant, separate. So don't worry about this. And a lot of just misinformation. People get very excited. And me, you know, I read this and it sounds pretty good. But, you know, I like this part because it's directly taken from, should be directly taken from the actual document. But even then, I take it very slowly because I know that some of the information can be misinterpreted, especially, you know, if you try to read through this stuff. Holy smokes, it's some of it's hard to read. You got to break it down into little parts, which is what I try to do. But it's very possible that it's not what people think it is, or it is possible. I'll say not very possible. Well, it is just possible. That's not what people think. But I'm optimistic. Ant says, we gonna win? I can feel it. I feel something. Might have been those tacos I ate. Okay, so August says, if all the pieces fall into place like they are set up to, we could see a great run tomorrow. That said, technically it's lined up to do well, but Citadel could be up to something. Yeah, good point. But you know, I'm a little something I just thought of this second is I feel like they might have taken away some of their firepower by with the utilization and not letting people really borrow the stock as much. They might not have as much ammo to short the stock anymore. And I do also think that it's very interesting. Remember, let's go to Fintel, that Citadel has now, they showed their hand, which was very, very interesting. Because remember, they filed that in March, I believe it was. They filed their shares, I think it was March 31st. So remember, January, February, March. So that's oh, you guys can't see the day. Oh, here you go. That was 2 months ago, or almost 2 months ago. So it's very interesting that they showed their hand. Very interesting. Let's see. Man, no one really bought today. Everyone finally filed here. I wonder if this is interesting. So this is when they filed. Let's look for Citadel really quick. Let's look at their shares. Can I just click this? No, I can't click this. What does this button do? Oh boy. All right. I don't know. I'm in Pandora's box. I'm out of here. But I thought that was very interesting. Ian, what's up? It's not enough. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Diamond. I forgot to mention this. Their shares aren't even much to do anything. And that's a good point. That's a very, very good point. But even then, so like, okay, so 724,000. Let me show you a number really quick. So 724,000. Let's call it 1 million shares. We'll call it a whole million. Even then, they have 170. Today, there was 170 million shares traded. So realistically, I mean, if they sold them all, we might get a candle like let's see how much this was right here. 1 million. Like smaller than this. I mean, here's 206. Let's see if we can find a good one. This is good. A candle smaller than this one. Okay, smaller, much smaller than this one. How's this one? Here we go. We'll get a candle like this. If they sold all their shares in one lump sum and just like, and you know, it might be a little more drastic because they all sold at one time, and but people would have to buy it. Even then, the size of this candle right here is much more than what Citadel has. So that's a great point. Thank you, Diamond. You're right, my friend. You're right. Great point. Simsky says, what do you think AMC will go to, or what do you think AMC will go to? $18. GME will be going up too, or is it day? So I think they'll run at the same time. I do think that I think they'll run at the same time. I think that $18 is obviously going to be very possible. We have to break this 1450 again. We're looking to test this, and if we were able to test it and break through and hold after breaking through, then yeah, I think 18 is to come, like easily, right? Doug, I mentioned they were bought in Q1, my friend. You just had to wait, my friend. But thank you for jumping in. Matthew, what is up? What is up? I am too late to talk. Yeah, so Matthew, we talked about this a little bit. So no, not you. So by May 19th, they must purchase the, yes. So that's what we're looking for tomorrow as well. So a lot of people are asking indicate or for catalyst for tomorrow. There's the failure to delivers. There's also the, thank you, I guess. I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder. Let's see. What were we saying? Oh yeah, so there's the failure to delivers that they need, that potentially they'll have to buy tomorrow, and so we're gonna be looking for that price action. We're also looking for this rule. So people are saying that this rule is passed today. It's gonna force people to cover, yada yada. We'll see if it's actually true if they cover tomorrow. But there's a few possibilities that we'll see some crazy movement tomorrow. Let's see. What do you, I know, do you guys see the Lamborghini site? Can I just type Lambo? Just in case anybody hasn't seen it. If it ever loads. Lamborghini. Wow. All right. Well, while this loads, we'll continue. Fenderman says, how do you feel about people saying to hold at least until June 2nd when the share recount happens? Here's the deal. I don't like people putting dates. Oh gosh, we froze. I don't like people putting dates like June 2nd. Okay, so they want them to sell after June 2nd. I mean, what if we start to run on June 1st and people sell on June 2nd? And you know what I mean? It's like before the squeeze even happens. That's why I don't like dates. And I can tell I'm lagging terribly. I see this just refreshing. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's just me lagging, but we'll see. Oh boy. So yes, that's that. I think this is so cool. But me, you know, hopefully this is actually what we think it is, not just a coincidence. Oh gosh, the lag. This site is lagging me. All right, I left this up long enough. I'm gonna close it because I think it's messing me up. Just sucking my data. Red says this could seriously be wife-changing money. I mean life-changing money. Just you. Oh, okay, cool. If you guys aren't lagging, then we're cool. We're cool. I just, you know, panic. AMC should make a movie about it. Yeah, there's going to be movies. There are movies about this. People are already recording them. I know a few people recording it. I'm not invited. Oh my gosh. Doug, you still here, my friend? Oh wow, did I no data the what? All right, let me continue here. Kimberly says, hi Corey, please buy more AMC so it will moon soon. Getting tired of waiting. Kimberly, if I bought any more shares, I mean, I don't even have enough money to do anything. I can't even cover this 20. I couldn't even buy 20 shares right now. That's how in the stock I could not even buy 20 more shares. Thank you, I guess. Burnt T says, what is your position in AMC? I have well over 1,000 shares. In the stock, I also have over 70 contracts. 60 of those contracts are 60 of those contracts are with a $2 strike price, or is it $2.50 strike price? Something like that. That was out of the money at the time. So I have a lot of money invested, a whole lot. And if it goes up, if it hits 1,000, that's retirement money, baby. If it hits 500, it might be retirement money as well. So good stuff. Too many apps open. I'm broke. AMC just robbed me. Hamza says, come on, if I can buy one, you can buy one. Friday, anyway. Is Friday the payday from you? No, Friday's not payday for me. I'm broke. AMC robbed me. Did you see the $530 million short from Michael Burry to Tesla? No, I did not see that. Nobody that broke. Nobody's that broke. Oh my gosh. Okay, what else do we have going on here? So we have these, we have Ortex, we have this. What else would I like to look at on my streams? Okay, we have the Ortex information. Let's see if there's anything else on the Ortex information that we were missing. Let's look at the most recent update from Ortex in the end of the day. AMC short interest update. Current short interest is 17.7% of the free float. So far, today, borrowing is down 7.9 million shares. Our recent article about, okay, ooh, they have an article. Let's see what the article says. I don't think I'm going to read this whole article. Twists and turns, free float. I wonder what these... Oh, okay. I think these are the short squeeze symbols that are happening, right? So I guess that's what these S's are. So and this is automatically predicted. So I guess they have in their software, whatever their algorithm, whatever it is, science and stuff. They have these signals, right? And so their signal triggered around here whenever it actually did squeeze. This one, there was good price action. This one was already good price action, and then it kind of fell under. But you did see, it looks like there's indications around this $14.50, $15 mark, you know, of possibilities to trigger a short squeeze. And if they really aren't lending out a lot of these shares right here, this utilization, if they're not going to be lending out these shares anymore, then that could really trigger some crazy price action if they don't have any more power to do it. Super chat, Sky Trader, thank you so much, my friend. NSRCF made a deal with Tesla and Gigafactory. Oh my gosh. Plan for graphite anode materials. Check your Twitter feed. I sent you. Let's log in really quick to Twitter. I don't know how to log in. Log in. Algorithm. Twitter feed, notifications. Here's the link. Website presentation. Gigafactory, next source material. So let's look at this stock, and I'm curious. I'm more curious about what the stock is actually doing, which way it's going. Question: you don't think they still have short tricks left? Matthew, I'll talk about the tricks in just a second. I do think I talked about them in just a second ago, but I do think they have a few tricks up their sleeve. Well, I think they're running low on tricks, but I think they might have, well, no, actually, because the only trick I thought they were going to have was selling all of their shares at one moment, but that was debunked essentially by Diamond over here. Diamond said they only had well, we looked at the numbers, right? So on FinTel, you can see really quick, they only have 724,000 shares, which realistically is a drop in the bucket. Today, AMC traded 172 million shares. And so a little like this one right here, I think it was. No, this is a million. I mean, it's like a small one. This one right here is about what it would look like. This little candle right here, this mini one, is what it would look like if they, you know. So I'm really not too worried about them doing something weird. Shorting, yeah, there's I think they're out of I'm sure they have some tricks left, but I don't know if it's really gonna matter. The worst trick was okay, so I do, this is probably be good to address. We'll address Glacial Capital in just a second. Let's look at this stock really quick. Let's look at the 3-month. They divide. Yeah, they'll probably divide the shares for sell walls, but they're just gonna get eaten up. People are gonna run to the stock like immediately. You know what I mean? Like, people are gonna FOMO in, and I don't think it's gonna matter their shares at all. So, this one right here. So now, when the question is when did this happen? This news catalyst. Let's look at the news over here. This is old. What the heck? Did it update? No. I do like the consolidation. Looks like, is this a higher high? Maybe some higher highs over here. Yeah, higher highs, higher lows. Like, I really like this setup for this company. Now the question is, when was this presented? Looking for a date on here. Any kind of date on here? April 2022. This is their demand projections. So this is good stuff, but I think this is probably going to be like a longer type play. It looks like they did have their run up, and so I feel like this is going to print probably for years. If they really are doing all that stuff for Tesla and Gigafactory, maybe print a little more in the more recent, currently, until it's a little more, but could be a very nice longer play. But good stuff. So this is a good question. So Matthew is saying we ripped through that 1450, but then the one spot where we drop below 14. So right. So here we go. The date, is it the file name? Hey, here we go. 412. Okay, so this is a little bit older. I wasn't sure, and that makes sense, right? Because that was when they is this when they ran up? No, this is before. So okay, a lot of consolidation. All right, not bad. What was I saying over here? Maybe shorts or last hope. Yeah, I think what happened was this is probably the shorts or the last hope. Where were we at? AMC in the charts. AMC. So let's look at the 5-day. Right, so we ran up here, and so I think they just let off the brakes a little bit. And by brakes, I mean they let off the shorting a little bit. And excuse me, whenever that happens, like it just freaking ran. They just like went nuts. Page, excuse me, 25 on the slide right here. 3-way partnership. Okay, well, yeah, that's where I ended up on. So there's MindSource, NextSource partner, OEM sales, Tesla in the middle. Here's the deal. This could be fantastic. It's probably really good for Tesla, especially. But I mean, here's the deal. I always love materials. Getting into these kinds of materials, I think, are fantastic. There's like, especially, so obviously they have like a partnership with Tesla, but if it's an exclusive partnership, I mean, that's good too. But if it's not an exclusive partnership, where they can sell these materials to other people as well, that is good stuff. Also, I would love a one where they can sell it to anyone, or they have partnerships with multiple companies, not just an exclusive partnership with one. That's what I like. we were through 1450, but yeah. So basically back to the 1450, Matthew's point, right? They divide those shares for sell walls. Yes. So as far as the rip through 1450, right. So whatever happened, it was a false break, kind of broke in the after hours and kind of retraced. I really don't have a good reason as to why, especially with this movement being so fantastic in the after hours, other than, you know, somebody partially covered or something like that. I really like this movement. I wanted to see if we would see anything in the pre-market today. No movement that I was excited for in the pre-market. And so that's just the way it crumbled. I was hoping for, now I do think we need to pass 1450, and I think we need to stay above 1450. I want to move this just a tad. There we go. And I do want to stay above 1450. I think once we pass that, we'll be in a very, very, very good spot. But we need to pass it. And we need to hold, pass it and hold. So yeah, that's what I think. But yeah, pre after hours, end of day or so, we had that happen. Yeah. So yeah, this pre-market wasn't the best for the price action that we needed. I really was hoping that we would wake up to like 30, 50 or something crazy like that, like we saw in January, where it went up about, I think it was 500% from $5 to $25. Obviously not quite the case there, but that's all right. I'm okay with what's going on. I think that we'll just need to continue to recover, continue to move, and you know, I'm just going to continue to hold. That's it. Oh, they said 13.95 support is solid. Yeah, I feel like I would say, I don't know if I would, well, yeah, I don't know if I would say 13.95 personally. I like something more around here, 13.70 or something. Yeah, maybe like around 13.70. I like, so, or what did they say? 13.95. I feel about 13.95. I'm more, let's see what's at 13.95. I think microscopically, sure, 13.95, sure, on this one day. But if you want to look at a little macroscopically on you know, the past like 3 days or something, I like this a lot better. Just down here a little bit more. Makes a lot more sense to me. Ant Card says that the Senate hearing did not do anything. It was all show. If you're talking about the congressional hearings, yeah, that big disappointment. I mean, I haven't kept up with the last one, just because I don't know if I saw the other one either, the second one. I saw the first one in its entirety, and I loved it so much. But you know what, it was a little disappointing. It seemed like people didn't know what to ask. They didn't know what was happening. And they used it as an advertisement for themselves. They said, you know, they focused on like the gamification of Robinhood, just everything else, they didn't understand it. And then I didn't really like watching some of them because they would ask a terrible question that didn't make any sense. And then they would just have this smug look on their face, like, I got them now. This is the best question. Everyone's going to love me for this. People were just out of touch. They didn't know what was happening. Like some of them, and it's hard, right? Not everybody trades. Not everybody was on Robinhood, especially of those, you know, Senate people. Not everybody understood what was happening with shorting. It's kind of difficult to understand if you're not kind of learning about it for a while, right? And it doesn't take very long, maybe a few weeks to get caught up to speed. But even then, I don't know if these guys have a few weeks to get caught up to speed. So it was definitely extremely disappointing. Just personally, some good things came out of it. You know, some good questions. Some. I'll say one more part and then I'll just kind of leave it as is because I know I'm like ranting right now. But one thing that also bothered me is they said they basically wanted to protect us from ourselves. So they were like, whenever retail traders trade, they lose. They always lose, like yada, yada, yada. And they had statistics and, you know, sometimes in the chat, some retail traders really freaking do lose. Paper hands, they buy high and sell low, and they buy high again and they sell low again. I don't think this is updated. This is 417 million. Now, statistically speaking, you know, are this many people more likely to hold, or are this many people more likely to hold, right? And now, of course, everything is a bell-shaped curve if you know anything about stats and stuff. But this is a very, very unique situation where people feel like people may actually hold until something crazy. And I feel like a lot more people who are not apes, who are just like people who kind of hopped in, like, okay, think about Dogecoin, right? Yeah, I know it's starting to lag, guys. This sucks. But think about the people who hopped in, like, I want to say like Dogecoin people. Think about how your friends or family or whatever, they're like, oh, Dogecoin. But they don't really know what's, you know, maybe most of them don't really know what's going on. I see people on like Facebook shouting Dogecoin. I'm like, this person, and then the way they describe stuff doesn't really make any sense. They really don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, it's lagging. Oh, I lost everybody. I hope it comes back. I don't know why. This has been a rough stream day. Gosh. Oh, everyone's just gone now. Oh my gosh, what a rough day. This is to all right. Oh my gosh, Corey, please stop mining Dogecoin in the background. Raptor, what is up? What is up? We're here. Are you on Wi-Fi? I am on Wi-Fi. I really don't have an option to be directly connected. Oh, no, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I am directly connected. I'm directly connected, and I'm still having this kind of issue. This is rough. Okay, so, well, Cosmo, I don't have enough time to like restart the stream. By the time I restart it, it's going to be like over. But I will say this with this. As far as or what do people say over here? Somebody said something. We're still here, man. It's the hedgies, guys. They're out to get us. They're out to get me, and you guys by proxy. Let's see. Here, a lot of, yeah. True. A lot of people talking for AMC. Okay, we talked about that. What did some person say? It keeps reloading. Yeah. All right. So here's what I think is going to happen, guys. Yeah, Glacier Capital. Oh gosh, that's something we're going to have to look into. But okay, I think I'm lagging pretty dang badly. What I'm going to do, guys, is, you know, basically ready to, I'm getting like 15 minutes left in the stream, kind of, and this is just happening. So, you know, 15 minutes left for now. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and, okay, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and call it for now. But, you know, we'll try again tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes much better. Gosh, this was a little rough. I apologize about today, guys. Definitely not not the best feeling stream that went down so far, but that, guys. But I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna start heading out. I'll leave you guys with some music, and hopefully the stream will catch up a little bit. I'll say bye in the actual chat and let you guys know what's going on. But I appreciate you guys so much. I will catch you guys. Oh, Rafter, man, you always freaking get me with that crap. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for trying to stick through this. I'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see some crazy crazy movement. Thank you, Diamond, for the super chat. You know, Moon, we get the fiber, and We'll do big things, guys. You know, mansion. You know what we'll do is I'll just when we moon, we'll just all fly in each day for a quick talk, you know, quick hangout, and then you guys just fly home in your private jets, and then we'll do it again the next day when, you know, the meetings will be live when we moon. So that's what's gonna happen. But I appreciate you guys so much. I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a great night. Peace.